Stampin' friends, and welcome. This is Dee Osburn, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I thought I would jump on and show you real quick a last-minute Halloween bag. My downline Denise Becker did a larger version of this bag, and I adapted it to this smaller version for Halloween. So you can check out her YouTube channel. It's Denise Becker. And she's got all kinds of cute things on there, and she's got the larger version of these bags. But I cut it down to make a smaller version. And these are just little bags that you can fill with some candy and then give out to the kiddos when they come to your house, the little, trick-or-treaters, right? So super quick, super easy. You can put a tag on it if you want, or you don't need to. You can just fill it with candy and give them out. They're so fast and so easy, and I'm going to show you how to do them right now. So stay tuned. If you like what you see today and you want to see more content like this, then please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up and like my video. Share it if you feel like doing that as well. I would be so appreciative. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to give you the directions for how to make these cute little bags. You're going to start with a piece of 6x6 paper. You can get a 12x12 and cut it down. Any paper, I used old scrap paper that I had. Some was really old. Let's see, I think this one is really old. And some that weren't so old. This one's a little more current. So anything that you think looks like Halloween, you just use that, okay? As long as you have a 6x6 piece, you are good to go. So you're going to start with a 6x6 piece of paper. You're going to cut it at 5 inches, and you're going to save that little 1-inch piece because that's going to be your handle, okay? You're going to cut it against the pattern because you're going to cut 2 of these. You need 2 6x6 pieces of paper because you're going to glue them together. So like this one, I didn't quite do right, but it's okay. But you're going to cut against the pattern, and that way both sides, this one I did right, both sides will, the pattern will be going in the same direction. And I'll show you what I'm talking about because we're going to make some today. I'm going to show you exactly how to do all of this. Super fast, super quick. Okay, so you're going to cut it at 5 inches against the pattern. You're going to save that little 1-inch piece. Then you're going to score it at 1.5 and 4.5. Then you're going to turn it and you're going to score it at 1.5 again. Okay, then you're going to cut along the 2 score lines up to that long score line, and I will show you exactly what I'm talking about. And then you glue it all together. So super fast, super easy. So I have this old paper. This was 12x12 paper that I cut into 4 pieces, and I had, that made these 2 6x6s. It actually made 4 of them, but I have 2 of them right here. So now you're going to take your cut and score, I forget what this is called, your trimmer. It's your paper trimmer. It's not a cut and score. And you're going to put it in here, just like that, okay? And you're going to do, this one doesn't, let's see, so I guess this would be against the pattern, right? So I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so we're going against the pattern. And we are going to cut it at 5. So I'm going to move it down to 5. See my 5 right here. I don't know if you can really see that. Let's see if we can focus this a little better for you. I don't know why that's not focusing. Let's see, maybe I can focus it manually. Well, that just zooms. Oh, there we go. Helps if you push the right button. Okay, so I guess that's as good as it's going to get, but that's 5, okay? So you're going to cut it at 5. Okay, and you're going to save this piece because this is going to be your handle. You will have an extra piece that you can use as a scrap for something else. Okay, So now I'm against the pattern, and I am going to score it, right? So by doing that, it becomes the bottom of your paper, and so this will be the direction that the hats are going. Okay, so I'm going to score it at 1.5. So 1.5. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. And I'm going to score it at 1.5. Okay, and I'm going against the pattern, and 4.5. Okay, and then I turn it, and I'm going to score it at, what am I scoring it at? 1.5 again. Okay, and I actually didn't, when I did this, when I did this, I didn't cut it correctly. So you're supposed to cut it against the pattern, and I didn't do that. So that's why this one, they're going to be different, but it's not going to really matter. So let's score this one 1.5. I'll show you what I'm talking about. 1.5. 4.5. We're going to do another one, just so you know. 1.5, 4.5, and then you turn it and you score it again at 1.5. Okay? All right. Now, you take your scissors and you cut, it says right here, cut along the 2 score lines up to the long score line. So here's the long score line. What you're doing is you're making these little flaps. Okay? So you're just going to cut those just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to cut up to that long score line. Okay. And then you're going to fold them in, and we're going to glue it together. So it's easier if you fold on all the lines, because it just glues together better if you've pre-creased it. So you just fold it on all those lines. See how fast and easy this is? Then you take your glue, and you're going to, if I can get my glue going, I'm gluing the long flap down on top of the 2 little short flaps. Okay, so that makes half a bag. Okay, you see that? It makes half a bag. So you just glue that together, and that's half your bag. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing on this side. I mean on this one. You're going to put glue on the little short flaps, fold those in. I like to glue the long piece on the outside, because that gives you a nice look to the bottom of it, so that it doesn't have, you know, because the inside has a line right there, and so if you glue those to the inside, you don't see that line. Okay, then you put glue on the 3 sides, the bottom and the 2 sides, and you glue. Okay, so I took my 2 halves and I glued them together, and I took my pencil and I made sure that all the sides were nice and glued, and the bottom. Then you take your handle piece and you put a little bit of glue on both sides. Okay, and you just glue that to the inside right there and hold it for a minute. It takes a minute for it to stick, because you know that glue gives you that extra minute or so to wiggle it around, and then you glue it to this side as well, and you can make sure it's straight. If you don't like that they don't exactly meet, because sometimes they don't, you can just trim that down. Okay, but I am not going to worry about that so much, because it's a trick-or-treat bag. Okay, and then there's your cute little bag. And I actually didn't cut this side correctly. It's when you cut the paper that you have to cut against the pattern, and I didn't do that on that side, so it didn't turn out right side up. But let's do another one so that you can see it again. Okay, so I've got my trimmer, and I'll go a little slower this time. This one doesn't matter which way we cut it, so it makes it a little bit easier. I have my 6x6 piece of paper. I'm going to cut it at 5. And I'm going to do that with both pieces. Okay, cut that one at 5 and cut this one at 5. And it doesn't matter which way it goes. It's a lot easier if you use paper that's, you know, the pattern, it doesn't matter which way it goes, because this one's not going to matter. So I've got my piece. I'm going to, if you think about it, you want the long way, you know, because you're going to have sides like that. Okay, and then this is going to be the bottom, right? So your long line's going to go this way. So when you score that one, you're going to turn it and score it. Okay, so that you have your long line there. So, but this way we're going to score on the long side, we're going to score it at 1.5. That makes one side. And we're going to score it at 4.5, and this makes the other side. Then we turn it and we score it at 1.5. Okay, and that makes the bottom. Okay, put that to the side, and we'll do this one. We have it the long way. You're scoring it at 1.5. And you're scoring it at 4.5. And then you turn it to the short side and score it at 1.5 as well. Okay, then you can put your trimmer away. And we're going to, I don't know if you can see that it scored like a little square in the corner. So that's you're going to trim the 2 score lines up to that long score line. Okay, so you're going to go right on that score line, you're going to trim it up, because this is the bottom of your bag. And then you're going to find that score line and cut it up to there. And you're going to do that with your other piece. Okay, trim that up to the long score line. That one score line that makes the bottom of your bag, right? And then it's easier if you fold these before you try to glue it together. It's just easier if you go ahead and fold it ahead of time. And I'm going to do both of them. See how quick and easy and fast? And actually, this one I need just to do this way. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put some glue on the flaps. Not the long flap, but the 2 short flaps. Okay. Get my glue going. 2 short flaps. And you glue that in. Turn that in. And glue that. And that makes half a bag. See? That's half a bag. So we're going to glue that down real good. And then we're going to glue the other one, and that'll be the 2 halves. Right? So let's do this one. That's a lot of glue on that one. That's okay. And I like having the long solid flap on the outside instead of the 2 short flaps, because I think it just looks better when you're all done. Okay. Then, oops, that is sticking to my paper. Must have got some glue on there. Now you're going to take one of the halves, it doesn't matter which one, take one of the halves and put glue on the 2 sides and the bottom. Okay, and then you're going to slide that right inside and it makes a bag. Look at that. And I like to take a pencil and make sure it's glued down really good. Okay. And if you don't like, sometimes they turn out really nice and flush, and sometimes they have a little bit sticking up. If you don't like that, just trim it off. It's okay. I don't mind it so much because it's a Halloween treat bag, and I don't think my little trick-or-treaters are gonna care. Okay, so just make sure it's nice and glued, nice and flush. Okay, and then there's your little bag. Then you take your piece that you had, that you cut off, and you put glue on both sides, and you hold it on one side, okay, and then you flip it in and hold it on the other side. Okay, so, yeah. And then I always go back and re-hold the other side just to be on the safe side there. Okay, and then you have your little cute little Halloween bag. All right, so make sure that you cut, if it's patterned, that you cut against the pattern. But you're gonna get 2 6x6 pieces of paper. You're gonna cut at 5. I'm gonna see if I can't focus this for you. There we go. 2 6x6 pieces of paper. Cut it at 5 against the pattern. Then you score it at 1.5 and 4.5. That makes these two sides. Then you turn it and you score at 1.5, and that makes your bottom. Okay, that makes this one that you fold up. Then you cut the 2 score lines up to this long score line, and that makes your flaps. And then you just glue it all together. Super easy. So let's look at them. Aren't they adorable? I love them. I have 2 of that one. Here's another one that's like that one. I love them all. I just think they're all just stinking adorable. Aren't they cute? Aren't they just so cute? So there they are. Little Halloween treat bags for your trick-or-treaters that you can put together in no time with some scrap paper. Oh, and there's this one. Let's don't forget this one. There we go. With some scrap paper or some old Halloween looking paper, whatever you want. You could do it with plain paper and stamp Halloween stuff on it, you know, which is some basic white paper. You can do lots of different things with this and make these adorable, cute little bags. I think they're so, so cute and so fast and easy to do. I did a whole set of them for a teacher friend of mine. I've retired, but I did a whole set for her. And then I did a few. We don't get very many trick-or-treaters, but I thought, you know, I could give these out. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you are inspired to go and make a cute little Halloween bag for yourself, for your grandkids or your nieces and nephews or the kids in the neighborhood or whatever. Super cute, super fast, super easy. And for Christmas, you could do the same thing with Christmas paper. Or Thanksgiving, go to someone's house with a little, you know, fall treat bag and give them a thank you when you go to their house for Thanksgiving. So I hope that you've enjoyed this and this has inspired you and given you some fun ideas to play around with your paper. So I hope that you have a great day. I hope that you will come back and see me. So have a great rest of your day and happy Halloween.